What's up, tribe? This is Black Ink Crew Chicago, season 4, episode 11. So y'all know last week we had the big fight and everything, and this week it picks up with the tail end of that where they're trying to get Junior under control. Now remember, Junior was he was so lit, like he couldn't calm down. Nobody could get him to calm down. Ford said that security had been trying to get him to calm down for an hour. He kept trying to attack security. They were trying to get him to leave so he could go to another location. He didn't want to leave. He didn't feel like he had to leave. And what ended up happening, while Ryan was trying to get in between Junior and security to try to stop Junior from going at security, Junior actually ends up hitting Ryan. And I'm going to start this video off the same way I'm going to end this video. Fuck Ryan. Ryan is such a fucking bitch. And I've tried to look at this through his lens. I really have. I've tried to look through this through his whole lens, but I guess I just ain't in it. I guess just the way it's edited, I can't. So they finally get Junior to calm down enough to get him to leave. And at first, all they wanted Junior to do was just to go to another hotel till he sobered up. Then it was like, we just feel like he's a danger to everybody and he got to go home. So they sent Junior ass the hell home. Then, so we see back at the other house, they're talking about everything. And of course, Reese, she's, just basically talking about how she can't believe Junior put his hands on her, and that she just can't believe it went down like that. And, Don's pissed off because Don is like, everybody here just to support Ford, and this is the bullshit we dealing with. Like, it is just crazy. So, from there we go to Ford being really upset. I don't know if I think Ford might have even left the house. I don't know. But Ford was just really upset. And then he ended up going to the studio with London on the track because he was like, London is here. The show is tomorrow. I ain't had no sleep. Like, I'm just stressed out about the whole daggone thing. Like, I just have not had no sleep. I just don't know what to do. And I'm just upset. He's like, I'm just pissed off about the whole thing. So, back at the house, damn drunk ass Bella done woke up and she don't remember shit. She don't remember getting on the bus. She don't remember nothing happening. She don't remember nothing. She was just like, oh, we left the house? She like, how long I been asleep? Like, it was just ridiculous. The whole thing was just ridiculous. Like, her drunk ass, she has no purpose for being here on this trip at all. Like, her and Reese didn't even need to be there. That's just my opinion. But, whatever. So, then we had, trying to make sure I go in order, y'all. So the next night, they're getting ready to go to the show. All of them are there. I was going to say Black Ink. Non-Mag and Loyal Ink, they're all there. And of course, Ryan is still blaming, Ford was like, he blames everything on Junior and Lily. Ryan talking about something where everything was cool till the other shop showed up. Now, granted, Lily was fucking wrong because I said it last week and I'll say it again. Lily was the first one to use her hands. She was wrong. But don't act like Junior wasn't in it either. And don't act like it take two to rumble. You know what I'm saying? It take two to fight. But either way, it happened. It is what it is. So then we have, they're at the venue where the concert's getting ready to go. I guess it was like a little pre thing. They're all out there, whatever. Ford's there and everything, and Ford and Don have a conversation, and Ford was like, look, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I broke down yesterday after that whole thing went down. Like, I just broke down because I'm just pissed off that we just can't all fucking get along. Like, we was once friends and we just can't all just be in the same space. Like, it is ridiculous. So then Don was like, yeah, he was like, I didn't even have a chance to speak to you. Like, by the time we got there and all that, like, it just popped off. Everything popped off so quick. I didn't even get a chance to come and talk to you. And it felt like we was on two opposite sides of the situation, which is a lot of what was in social media from last week to this week. A lot of people was talking about, that it seemed like Don and Ford weren't on the same side, and that, if they was brothers, why was Ford on the other side? Like, a lot of that was in social media this week. But at the end of the day, what Don said was like, this shit just went off so fast. Like, I didn't even have a chance to get over there to say nothing to you, period. London on the track shows up and he's like, look, man, I need to talk to you. So he pulls Ford aside and he says, look, You know, that situation that happened last night. And Ford was like, yeah, I told you about it. Because he did. He told London on the track about the whole situation. He was like, that situation, I told you about it. He said, yeah. He said, but the same people that promoted that street show last night are promoting the concert tonight. And they don't want you there. Like, even though you weren't fighting, the people fighting were with you. And they don't want you bringing none of that. They don't want you bringing none of the drama. They don't want you bringing none of that to the show. So they don't want you on the show. And just as easily as it was given, it was taken away. And the fucked up thing is, how much of this was for the show versus how much of this was really what happened, it doesn't matter. Stuff like that can actually really happen. When you're an up-and-coming artist, nobody knows who you are. Outside of Chicago, nobody knows who you are. And you were being given an opportunity, and because of your friends not being able to control themselves and being selfish about their own bullshit, here you are now, you done lost the opportunity. And I thought that was real fucked up, and I felt for Four. Like, Four was pissed. I mean, he was out pissed. Like, there's no other way of describing it. He was pissed. And that's an understatement. Because the opportunity is gone. Like, everything you worked for, you don't know if you ever going to get that again. Like, that might have been it. And one thing Ford said was, he was like, you know, I decided I'm not going back to Chicago. Like, I'm going back to LA when we get back. And I'm going to stay out in LA until I get this project done. Like, I don't feel like I need to split my time anymore. I don't feel like I owed him anything. That's how I took it. He didn't say that, but that's how I took it. Like, I was going to try to work this out, but I don't feel like I owed him anything. Like, they fucking ruined this opportunity for me. So while they're there, Don talks to Ryan, and he's like, look, man, basically, this whole situation is some bullshit. Can we sit down and talk? Can we sit down and try to, get through this and work this out, and at least be in a situation where we can be in the same room together? Like, can we go do that? And Ryan, all right, bro. So they decide, I guess they agreed to a sit down, because we end up seeing a sit down later on in the show. So, back at the Loyalty Inc. house, Loyalty Inc. decided that, oh well, Ford's not performing, it's fucked up, but we might as well get drunk and party, because we here. Alright. I can't say I would have made a different decision, but alright. This is what I don't understand. And again, maybe I'm just too old. Y'all explain this shit to me. I do not understand the whole nakedness. I don't. They get in the pool, they drinking, they getting drunk, whatever. They get in the pool. Lily, Reese, Charmaine, just topless, just naked. Mind you, Don is there, and it's funny that Ashley ain't seem to have a problem with it, but okay, Don is there, Van is there, and they just naked, just all in the pool, just naked. I don't understand it. Maybe, like I said, I don't understand it. I'm too old for that. I ain't never, put your clothes on. So, they in the pool partying, and they playing chicken. Y'all know, was it chicken wrestling or whatever it used to be called? I don't remember what it used to be called, but back in the day, we used to play it where the dudes and the women would be on the dude's head, and they would be chicken fighting. That's what it was called, chicken fighting. So they doing that, but Reese and Lily are topless. Who show up? Jen talking about some, I want to thank my girl Nikki for giving me the information, because I'm going to fight for my relationship. Van, he just don't know that I love him, and we going to make this work. We made plans for our future, and I'm just not going to let it go that easily. So I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for mine. So she shows up in Jamaica, and she get off the van. She go in the house. I ain't never seen people that just don't never lock their house. I've been on vacation. I've been at B&Bs. I stay at places like that, rent out houses and stuff. We locked the fucking door. Anyway, door wasn't locked. She walked right on in. She walked straight to the back. She sees what's going on. Van got Reese sitting on his shoulders, and she topless. And it was funny because Reese saw Jen first, and Reese's face was like, oh shit, and she fell off of Van's Van's shoulders. She fell off his shoulders and fell into the water, right? I said, you know what, this is hilarious to me. Jen, and to Jen's credit, she didn't go after Reese, she went after Van's ass. She told me, so this what you want to do, or you just living your best life? And she did that old slow walk, she did that take off your bag, kick off your shoes, put your phone down. She did it one at a time. Next thing you know, her ass ran into the pool and jumped on Van's ass. Van jumped out the pool so fast and ran out the pool and ran into the house. Jen got out the pool and ran after him. That shit was hilarious. Well, fake or not, that shit was hilarious. Jen said, "Oh, you living your best life, huh? That's what you doing, huh? Honey." So they sitting down, they talking, and Jen is like, "Look, I made a mistake." Now, she ain't never, at least it was edited out, she never specifically said what she did. She never said whether Van's brother was right, that she actually did hook up with somebody. She never said that part. She never agreed or disagreed about that. But what she did say was that Van was right. That she was wrong and that she apologized, and if she embarrassed him, she should have never put him in that position, and that she's sorry and she loves him, and and Van listening and everything, and that she want her family back. I mean, she want him back, and she want her, want to be back with him, and Van is looking at her and everything, and Van is like, "All right then." What? I said, that's the most anticlimactic shit I've ever seen in my life. He talking about something, I just realized I'm better with her than without her, and I do love her crazy ass. My thing is, I never saw what she admitted to. And if she was admitting to leaving the club with another dude, you cool with that? Like, you just over it that quick? And if she's still holding fast to her story that it didn't happen, you accepting that? Like, I'm confused. Y'all tell me in them comments. Let me know. Am I confused or y'all confused? But whatever. If you like it, I love it. I'm happy they back together because they do seem to make a really cute couple. But that shit just confused the hell out of me. Then we got another crazy ass couple. We got Dawn and Ashley. Dawn takes Ashley out on a date. It was cute. It was a cute little date. He took her, to a little secluded one of them little private beach, not private, but one of them little, when you go to the islands and stuff. Whenever I go to the islands, I always get the locals. I say, take me to the beaches y'all go to. I don't want to go to the beaches where all the tourists are. I want to go to the beaches that the locals go to. Because those are usually a little more not as busy and not as touristy. You know what I'm saying? And so it looked like it was one of those beaches. And it had like a little swing in the water. And he had champagne. And it was cute, And Ashley was cool with it for a minute. And then Ashley said, now, let's not forget how we got here. Like, you still fucked up. You still have women all on your Snapchat. And that woman is saying that she pregnant. So this all feeling good and it's all great and everything. But nigga, you ain't out the doghouse yet. Don't think this is the end of this. And he was like, well, from my understanding, she ain't even pregnant. Again, men missing the point. It doesn't matter whether she's actually pregnant or not. It matters that she got pregnant and you had sex with her, so you might be the father. Like, that's what matters. But anyway, so, and then they showed the Snapchat. They showed the scene with the girl with the belly. Remember when we saw her when they went to the Vans fashion show and it looked like she might have been pregnant? But then they showed a Snapchat video of her where her stomach was flat. I don't know nothing. I don't know when those videos were taken. I don't know if the girl had a fake belly on. Like, I don't know none of that. But I guess that was the producer's way of letting us know. Maybe that's why Dawn is thinking that she's not pregnant, because he saw that video too. I don't know. And I don't know if we will know. But what we do know is Ashley gonna take his ass back. So there was that. But it was cute. It was a cute day. But I like the fact that Ashley was like, okay, this is all cute and everything, but this ain't over. Like, we still dealing with some real issues. And the thing is, she want to get back with him, but she is, at least, I think this is the longest she'd ever held out. Now, I told y'all I'm new to the Black Ink Chicago. I haven't seen every single past episode, but I saw a couple of old episodes. I looked at like the last season and some other odds and end episodes. I feel like this is the longest she done held out. What y'all think? Y'all tell me. Anyway, so then the girls outside of Danielle, because Danielle was with Dawn, the girls all decided they were going to go into town and go shopping, go to the little street vendors and stuff like that. Danielle ends up having a panic attack. And again, you could tell this is real because the producers are there. They take her to a medical center. In Jamaica, it wasn't like it was no big, huge hospital because they looked like they weren't in like a main town. They looked like they were in one of the, smaller areas. And so it was like a medical center, and they wouldn't let them film. Like you could tell that like it was some real shit going on. And Cherie, oh shoot, y'all know who I'm talking about. Nasty girl. Why I can't think of her name? Anyway, Danielle, y'all know I know that girl name. I just said it 5 minutes ago. Why I can't remember her name? Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. Her cousin. She was really concerned. She said that the doctors were saying that her symptoms were almost, it was like she was having a stroke. Her heart was beating really fast. Like it was a lot going on. And so excuse me, y'all. The game started. The game is on. Let me turn my phone off. But yeah, so she come to find out, she they kept her there for a couple of hours, and then they let her go back to the house. They gave her a prescription. I don't know what the prescription was for, but they gave her a prescription, and she just had to go back and rest. But it was a real moment. It was a really scary moment. You could tell everybody was really concerned about Danielle, and of course they were like, all this stress from everything going on. Danielle having panic attacks, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's why she had the panic attack. Okay. So then we get to the sit down. It's So they had to sit down. So first of all, Ryan talking about something. Well, I feel like I'm by myself because my man Junior gone and Rachel had to go back home to take care of the kids. And I'm just here. It's just me. I'm just here by myself. It's just me. So they sitting down. They having a conversation. And I'm sure it was edited. You could tell that this conversation went on longer than it went on. I'm sure it was edited. So let me preface by saying that. Because basically you really only saw Charmaine. That's it. You really only saw Charmaine talking, Ryan, for Dawn, and a little bit of Van. You didn't really see a lot of other people putting their 2 cents in. Not a lot. But Charmaine's thing was, she was like, I just want to know, how did we get to the point where you just hated me so much? Like, how did we get here? She was like, we were really friends, and I just felt like you really, really hated me. And, Ryan was just like, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, who was it? Somebody said, well, you think we could get back? Nah, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Nah, man. Nah, we ain't never going to do that again. Nah. And I wanted to see what Charmaine explained in the interview and explained to Ryan that she didn't go to the police about him, that she gave an interview about violence in general, and they focused on that. Like, I really wanted to see that and see what Ryan's response to that was, but that didn't really come up in those words. Like, Charmaine did talk to him about, some of the things that she said behind his back and stuff like that. They talked to Ryan about how he left the shop and why would he shoot up the shop and leave the shop the way he did. And I didn't see him really respond. And again, I'm sure there was a conversation. Then Van piggybacked on what Charmaine was saying about, just how he left the shop and why he left them hanging like that without really, any warning and stuff. And, why he seemed to have a problem with them when, and the whole thing about Cat and shit came up again, and they went back to all of that or whatever. Then, Don got up and went off. He kind of started yelling and went off and was like, that's not what this is all about. I'm so sick of this. Why can't we just all get along? Why can't we just all be cool again? This don't make no sense. Like, he goes off. Like, I thought, at first, the way he got up, I thought he was going to hit somebody, but he just kind of did a little yelling thing or whatever. And so, I want to say it was Van. Van says, so, I mean, Ryan, you don't have nothing to say for yourself? Like, you don't want to explain nothing to us, or you don't have nothing to say, or something to that effect. And Ryan gonna say, man, fuck y'all. And then get up and leave. Ryan, you are such a bitch. Here's the thing. I saw a live that Ryan did last night after the show. So I'm gonna include some of what he said. And some of what he was saying was, he was like, yeah, he said that wasn't edited. I did say fuck y'all, and it pretty much went the way they showed it. He was like, I ain't even gonna lie and say that didn't happen that way. He said, but at this point, I just don't feel like I owe them nothing. I don't owe them no explanations. I don't owe them no to explain myself to them. I don't have to do that. He was like, if they couldn't understand that when that whole thing went down, I was trying to keep work things out at home and get my family right. If they couldn't understand that, then oh well, fuck them. And the one thing he did say that I did agree with, though, he said that when the whole situation with Kat first went down, and he was trying to work things out with Rachel, when they let Kat come back into the shop, he said with him, that's where the disrespect really started. And I agree with that 100%. I 100% agree that they should have not let Kat come back into the shop. And especially when Ryan told them, no, he didn't want her in the shop. And they kind of like, oh, well, we said she can come back, so she can come back. They was wrong for that. They were wrong for that. Because what he was saying was, maybe in the future, once me and Rachel got worked through everything and got past it and got into a better space, maybe Rachel would have accepted Kat coming back in the shop to work, because yes, she was there and she was original and she was a part of the shop for a long time, or from the beginning. He said, but in that moment, at that time, no, like I could not have her around. He said, I'm at home fighting to stay in the house. He was like, I didn't leave. She wanted me to leave. I refused to leave because I was like, we're going to work this out. And I'm at home fighting for my relationship, and she know that the girl I done cheated on her with is still at the shop. But here's the problem, Ryan. Because you never wanted to accept responsibility, you made it easy for people to take Kat's side. Because you never you never accepted the responsibility. Had you accepted the responsibility from the door, I think a lot more people would have took took your side and would have had some issues with Kat, because Kat was wrong too. You know, Kat wasn't clean as a whistle in this whole situation, but because of the way you handled it, a lot of people took Kat's side. But anyway, the other thing that he said that really pissed me off, he was like that he was pissed off because Charmaine, he said he didn't care. It didn't matter whether Charmaine actually called the police or not. What matters is that Charmaine shouldn't have been saying nothing to anybody, whether it was in her confessionals or anything else. He was like, nobody should have been saying nothing about what happened at the shop, about me shooting up the shop or nothing. He said, we supposed to be cool. We're supposed to be street code. Nobody need to be snitching. Is you crazy? Is you crazy? So they supposed to just not say nothing and everybody take the blame for some bullshit you done did, especially after you wasn't talking to them, you wasn't communicating with them, nobody knew what was going on, and they show up one day and the trash is just shop and you ain't there, and they supposed to take the blame for you or not speak on it. You done lost your goddamn mind. And what happened was, what he was saying was that the producers told them they had to speak on the situation. That they had to do it, and so that's why Van and Charmaine and all them spoke on the shop being shot up, because they had to talk about it. And he's like, see, if that was me, I just would have been like, fuck it, then the show just gonna have to get canceled because I ain't gonna talk about it. I ain't talking about it. Whatever, you'd have talked about it too if it had been Don or Van. Your ass would have had something to say. You would have had an opinion. You crazy. Anyway, the other thing Ryan claimed is that he did reach out to Don and Van and let them know he was going to be away from the shop for a while, which I believe. But being away from the shop for a while and then coming to the shop one day and it just being empty and trashed, that's two totally different things. Anyway, that was Black Ink Crew. I just thought I would include some of what Brian said, because I still feel like, fuck you, Ron. I feel like he's a big-ass crybaby and it's some bullshit. And I don't even think a lot of this is for the show, because, Black Ink Crew, they filmed damn near in real time. Because this trip to Jamaica was only a few weeks ago. Because I saw it all over their Instagrams. So, it was only a few weeks ago. Now, he said that they are done filming for this season, and that there will be a season 6 or season 5, whatever the next season is. So, I don't know when that season will start filming. He said, but they are done filming for now. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in them comments. Peace.